Hello! This is Korith Landwalker, and it's time for another evening of Star Trek Online. In our previous episodes, the alien Tel-El, who has aligned with the Romulan Republic, has been, aligned with the Romulan Republic, and as a part of that republic, has allied with Starfleet, but has gotten sidetracked by the machinations of the Tal Shiar, the evil organization, shadowy spies in charge of the Romulan Star Empire. Or perhaps not in charge, but certainly a major force. Empress Sela is still in charge. Last week, Tel-El began an interesting gambit to infiltrate the Tal Shiar from the inside. And this week, we will see how well that works out. Spoiler alert, probably not great. But we have some administrivia to deal with before we get started. Such as, I have a number of...
The Tal Shiar is quite impressive.
Yes, we'll get to you in a minute, don't worry. Man, I really hate that immediate pop-up. At some point, I really should find that there's a way to disable that. Although I have a feeling the answer is no. Such is life. Okay, I've got a flashy thing here with my duty officers, so I should have some missions that are capable of being collected. Ooh, and I have a fair amount. Some of which are failures, some of which are successes. Obviously, the successes are the ones I like. I would have liked the zero gravity to have succeeded, because that would have given me some extra dilithium to play with. But you can't win them all. There's sickbay, those are for my failures. As I think I've mentioned in the past, if a duty officer is green or better quality, they don't die during a failure, they just go into sickbay. And actually, I think they can only die if they get a disaster result. The colonists have gotten their borders, that's good. And I've picked up more colonists to ship off. It has been worked out. Ooh, critical. Got some good dilithium on that one. Yeah, here's an example of what would have been a death. I got a green quality officer here. He had a disaster, so he just went to sickbay as opposed to being dead. Although I don't know if he would have been dead for this mission. Disciplined crewman. The Romulans aren't that bad. Especially since these are all kind of based on Starfleet. I got another green quality bridge officer, but I also got a, and we'll not do it not now for you, but I have a blue quality science officer applicant. So I think that somewhere along the line, when I get more bridge officer spaces, this candidate is likely to be brought on board. I'm still seeing flashing lights. Oh, I had some R&D stuff, right. I was doing some bonus research so that I could eventually, hopefully, put together some singularity cores that are close to my level. Once again, I'm going to do the engineering technology and hopefully get myself to level 4 on that. That'll open up, as you can see here, yet another slot to do the research and building. And maybe next week we'll see about what it would take to construct a singularity core for a character of this level. That'll be exciting. Speaking of levels, the character had gotten a level, and in fact, it gotten a new rank out of the level, so we are going to be upgrading the starship as well. So, I'm at sub-commander now, so I got my choices of things here. I can go with hull plating, damage control, which is basically slow healing over time for my hull, shield regen, shield hardness, weapon amplification, which helps my critical damage, and specialization, which helps my critical chance. But I think I'm going to go with hull plating right now. figuring I am an engineering captain, and I am likely... Sorry, engineering subcommander. Let's be technical here. I'm a Romulan. And we'll see how that shakes out. I got a point for ground skills. We're going to continue the endurance training here. More health is good, but healing is better. Well, maybe not better, but it's the way I'm going to go. I can either help my defense or my offense here. I tend to crouch and aim when I'm thinking of it. Given the amount of abuse that tends to come my way, I'm going to go with crouch in the hopes that it will help keep me alive. Makes sense since I'm taking all this endurance training and all that. Oh, I do have 2 open slots here, so I could put that Starfleeter in now. But I'm going to hold off for now. I'd like to wait until I get through the major Romulan arcs before I start infesting my crew with too many Starfleet officers. I also get trait slots. So, for personal ground traits, I'm using a pistol and a rifle. Being attacked gives me resistance. Ooh, I like this one. Being attacked gives me resistance. I feel compelled to mention that these choices are not locked in stone. At any given time, I can swap out just about all of them. You know, I've had this telekinesis all this time, and I don't think I've ever actually put that on my... Yeah, well, this is embarrassing. I've had a special ability I could play with all this time, and I've done nothing with it. Well, those days are coming to an end. Sheesh. Now, I remember when I was developing the character, that was going to be something I wanted to monkey around with. Oh well, that's embarrassing. Space traits. Still thinking engineer. Batteries giving a secondary boost to all subsystems. Tempting. Defense specialist. Tempting. Projectile damage. Bingo, I'm using plasma torpedoes. Those things can really make life miserable for people it hits. Why not make them more miserable? At any rate, like I was saying before, I can swap out any of these traits for any other traits that I've got unlocked, so I'm not necessarily married to these traits, but once I tend to assign them, I tend to leave them alone. I'm kind of lazy like that. Alright, skills are handled. I'm going to move these guys to the candidate roster so they're not filling up my inventory slots. I have a prototype plans here that serve no purpose in existence anymore, so I'm just going to throw them into the replicator and get something out of it. I don't need almost any of these, honestly. So those will all get sold off at some point here. Also worth noting that I am, as I was doing this last Saturday, using new streaming software from Streamlabs, and I'm hoping that everything works out okay in this game as well as it did in Star Citizen. I did notice a little bit of a oddity when I tried to export the archive over to YouTube, and it wouldn't give me an HD version, which kind of made it look off there. I fiddled with some settings. So if this ends up on the YouTube and it doesn't look quite as good, well, you'll know why. Because I still can't figure out bloody streaming settings. Alright. Now that we've taken care of all that excitement, it's time to go down to the... I don't want to call it the shipyard because it's not really a shipyard. It's the shuttle bay. But that's where they have all the ship-related stuff, and that's where we're going to be swapping out to my new starship. Just in time to, you know, be Tal Shiar-ish. Oh yeah, that was something else I wanted to do too. We'll do that too once I get to it. Gotta change my uniform so that I look like a Tal Shiar. I don't think I have a Tal Shiar. Oh, I do have it set. There we go. Ready to be menacing and terrify the terrorist Romulan Republic. But first we're going to require some ships. Now, at Commander, I have a small plethora of possible ships to work with here. And because of the whole alliance with the Federation, I could conceivably choose a Starfleet vessel, which, of course, I will not. Because why would I do a crazy thing like that? Got the Bogai Heavy Warbird, the variant Valdor Heavy Warbird, which I've gotten a hold of during a promotion of some sorts, a bunch of Starfleet vessels, and that would be my potential grouping. Now, from a technical standpoint, I could also grab any one of these Tier 6 guys. Let me rephrase that. I could grab any one of these Tier 6 guys that I actually own. It'd be nice if there was a way to filter this where I didn't have to see the things I had already gotten hold of. Because it would be... I mean, take a look at this line here. Each one of these squares represents a square here. There are a heap of Tier 6 ships. It's a pain in the hind end to go through them all. I'm dreading the moment where I start getting to that level, because I can't remember all the Romulan vessels that are at that level. I could conceivably grab one of the Romulan ones now, but I'm a sucker for progression. So we are going to go with the Valdor Heavy Warbird. That is going to be the new hotness. Let's do a little bit of work here. Start yanking things out of my current ship and put them on the new one. Things I'll yank out will include deflector dishes, engines, singularity core, basically anything that's tier 4 or better and has a quality better than white. That turret will come out. The devices, of course, will come out, and the consoles will come out, including the singularity inverter. Yes, it'll still work on warbirds, so... and we'll leave those alone. I am tempted... Nah, I have 8 active ship slots. I don't have to, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna scrap the... scrap that equipment there, so I can dry dock this ship. Of course, I have to dry dock in the appropriate spot. Oh, I have it says current. That's why I can't do that. Why don't I... oh. I was trying to figure out why don't I see my new ship. That's because when you get the ships these days, it gives you the package that you have to open up to claim the ship. Bucorius. Yeah, okay, I can go with that. Ready that starship. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Instead, it's going to try to take me to the flotilla. That's not going to happen. I'll ready it here. Sheesh. Okay, now I'm going to dry dock that ship. Ooh, thank God, I forgot about the platinum vanity shield I picked up. Make it nice and shiny. You know what, I'm going to dry dock this ship too. Basically what it does is it takes it out of my active slot so I can't select it for anything. but I still have a hold of it should I ever want to make use of it. It's not likely to happen. But hey, at least it keeps things clean here. In the meantime, let's throw the platinum shield on here. Ooh, that looks shiny. I like the Valdor and Mogai warbirds because they're very different look than the Deteretics class. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I don't care. It's a different look, but it looks more, for lack of a better phrase, warbirdy. I can't believe I used warbirdy in a sentence. I am a bad person. Alright, now that I've yanked all that stuff out, let's see what I can put back in. Start with consoles. And I have just enough room to put the Singularity guy back in the Science one, because that proved to be highly useful in my previous ship, and I would hate to lose the opportunity to use it again. Let's replace our deflector dish, our engines, Singularity core, shield, and back turret. I now have a rear plasma torpedo. I see no reason to swap that out. These were all stock equipment, so I'm going to throw them in the replicator even though I don't actually get credits for them. I mean, I'm effectively doing a discard on these things. Alright. And I've got a couple of these other things here too that I'm going to leave alone, because I'm going to use them to sell later on. Okay, next step. The appearance of the ship. Even though the vanity shield will override my settings for the most part, I'm still going to, well, it's going to override the colors at any rate. It may not override the There's also a Moragoo, but that's the tier 6 version of it, and I don't have that, and I can't use that skin. Hopefully I won't do something crazy like choose the wrong material again. Let's see, Mogai or Valdor? Or should I make some unholy hybrid of the two? Let's go with the unholy hybrid, shall we? Let's check the hull. I can go Mogai or Valdor. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of difference between the two, so we'll stick with the Mogai for that. The head. Mogai, Valdor. Valdor looks moderately more predatory. We'll go with that. Let's check the neck. Oh, definitely Valdor. Let's not have little bits and pieces hanging off that look like they're going to fall off. Wings. Now this will be the big one because that's basically the bulk of the ship. This is a toughie, but I'm going to go with the Mogai on that one. Nacelles. We'll stick with Mogai there too. It's a little bit more slender. Alright. So we have the ship. We'll look through the windows and we'll stick with the Type 1 windows. Material. Yeah, it's stuck an upgrade on there that means nothing to me. We'll use Romulan Veteran even though it doesn't actually do anything. We'll grab my red colorations, which won't show up because I'm using the platinum shields. It happens. And I'm not even going to bother with patterning because what would be the point? So, apply the changes, and I think that's it. I think that is it. One more thing. Well, two more things. Well, one more thing. I believe if one of these people are selling ship equipment, then it stands to reason that I should also be able to sell ship equipment. I know it's not technically selling the ship equipment, but give me a break. So I'm going to ditch the Harpeng because there's no point. The dual disruptor beams, shield array. I'm pretty sure I'm using better shield array right now. I am not, however, going to put the neutrino deflector here because I'm going to see about sticking that on the exchange. Maybe I can get more than its vendor value for it. It is blue equipment, so it's possible. No to the bank right now. Yes to the exchange. I always do that. Type in I when it's my inventory, but since it's in the search bar, what would these go for? Well, that's a bad sign. It's not showing me anything. Alright, let's just do a generic search. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. So, there we go, at 60,000. And considering that the value of it is like 5,000, someone is being really optimistic, so I'm going to get clever here. I'm going to put this up here. Oh. Yeah, oh well. That'll teach me not to read everything. Bound to account. I can't put it on the exchange. Well, that's another level of embarrassing right there. Let's see, away team equipment. That means I can sell. So let's sell it for all I can get out of it. Well, that's embarrassing. I don't want your commodities, I just want to sell off this deflector that I thought was being clever by holding on to, and it turned out I didn't. Okay, one last stop. I'm going to throw a couple of the things in my inventory here into my bank because I really don't feel like carrying them around. But at the same time, I don't feel like getting rid of them. In specific, my tardigrade pet, because I generally don't want to keep them. I'm going to pull those batteries out because I can either put them on my shuttle or my third device slot. Speaking of shuttles, I'm going to put the shuttle shield here, just in case. And I'll bring the entertainment provisions out now too. Put that there. Not going to use that anytime soon. Okay, I'm not going to use either one of them anytime soon. Same with the regenerators. Not unless I start getting really clever and start playing on a higher difficulty. Not ruling it out yet, but it's not a priority for me. And Ahari gets the new toys. Alright! Let's beam up and take a look at the new starship. Not to mention straighten out the bridge officers so I can get the maximum amount of flex on these guys. The new hotness. but are they the hotness I want? This is a universal station, so it can be anything I want it to be. Does Movin have... No, he has the boarding party. I don't want a boarding party out on the weapons. So I'm pretty happy with those two assignments. Varsal and no. Varsal has tractor beam repulsors. I think those are going to be more fun to experiment with than the standard tractor beam, so we're going to swap their positions. And of course, Tovin gets the tactical station. As usual, I am going to do a little bit of movement on my tray here. I want my torpedoes on my 1 and 2 keys, and I'm going to take them off of auto fire because, well, I hate that. Move a couple things around here in roughly the order I like to use them. I'm going to get rid of the singularity buttons because I use the buttons up here. And I think that's pretty much all I need to worry about. I swear I had more things to worry about. Oh, I guess that is it. Oh, did I get rid of the cloak? I must have dragged the cloak off. That's embarrassing. Put that back. Right, I got a new ability as well. With the Quantum Singularity Core, with a new ship, I have this Warp Shadow. Now, why they call it Warp Shadows when it's a Singularity thing? Hey, I didn't name them. It creates a shadow of your ship for 20 seconds, which taunts the NPC enemies from attacking me. And I believe there is a stealth component for me as well here. I know it says after 19.5 seconds, but I could have sworn that happens when I do it. But we'll find out. We'll find out. Everything is in order. Well, except for setting my weapon systems as priority. Let us leave New Romulus, and then we can get in touch with my Tal Shiar contact and do evil, mean things. Let's see how morally compromised Tel-El will have to be in the shadows.
The Tal Shiar is quite impressed with your actions in the Unroth system. Accordingly, we are rerouting you to the Talis system to assist in salvage operations vital to Tal Shiar interests. Although this is a simple salvage mission, the target is a high-value one. Failure is not an option. Succeed in this task, and you will have demonstrated your capability and your loyalty. Those are the qualities that Tal Shiar values most.
Rewards. Our standard experience points and expertise. A career-specific rare kit reward, which will be very handy because, if I recall correctly, I have exactly 2 kit modules, and I could really use a new one. Just watch. It'll be a duplicate of one of the 2 I've got now. Armor, dilithium ore, and a choice of shields, which will either be disruptor damage reduction or shield capacity. Ordinarily, I would go with capacity just off. That's just the way it goes. I don't know if less than 20 points worth of capacity is really worth it. I will have to give that some thought. But luckily, I don't have to think about it right now. Instead, we're off to see the wizard. While we're traveling, let's see about duty officers. Peace talks? Sure. Scan? Sure. Probes? Sure. I'm not even reading these things, I'm just grabbing what comes along. No one's wilderness survival training. I'm not going to bother looking at the personal until I get to the destination. Things change in sector blocks way too quickly. Gravitational samples. Ooh, secure prototype for... Ah! Too slow, bro. Too slow. Da. How far is this trip? Okay, I'm not too far left. And that's the last sector, so that I don't get any hope of finding something. I'm trying to avoid spending the 50,000 credits for turrets. I don't have that much credits to work with. Alright, looks like we're finally in sight. I think it's this up here. Let's see if I'm right. Bang. Oh, that was the sudden growth. The Tillis system. Tillis? Never actually tried pronouncing that before. What does the book have to say about this? A Class P world in orbit of a white giant star. The Tillis system is notable for the significant deposits of dilithium on its surface. Preliminary surveys have indicated the presence of decalithium on the western continent. Now the previously unimportant region of space has become a hotly contested area that has Romulan, Starfleet, and even Hirogen attention. Well, that could be ugly. And we did to deal with the lovely loading screen that's just slowly crawling up to 2%. Swear to God, it's like the Windows progress bars. 30%. Bang, there's a jump. 100%, and here we are.
We're being hailed by Commander Navek of the Frere.
On screen.
Welcome to the Tillis system. I am Commander Kyle Navek of the IRW Frere. Commander Janik assures me that you are a capable officer. Looks like I'll get the chance to judge that for myself. This system is full of valuable salvage. Full enough that the place is crawling with scavengers and pirates. Your orders are to scan the asteroids in the area and deal with any hostiles you encounter along the way.
I am all for wiping out pirates, especially if they're Nausicaans. I've maybe developed a little bit of a grudge against the Nausicaans. I can't be blamed. They're evil, mean, nasty jerks. They deserve what they get. I like this ship design. Loads better than the last ship I was using. That slope just drove me nuts. Okay, let's scan it. Which, of course, makes me visible. Oh, problems. And you know what? It is a Nausicaan. Oh, you boys picked the wrong day to be here. No, I didn't really get a good look at what my other console was doing. I should have looked at that first. Let's put on my factory repulsors. That didn't last very long, probably because I have minimal amounts of energy going to my auxiliary. Let's do the warp shadow. I've created 3 warp shadows. Good heavens, how many of these things I got rolling out here? I have a lot of warp shadows out here. And we're all firing on them. And I'm cloaked, but I'm still firing when I'm cloaked. I should not be able to do that. Must be an aspect of the warp shadow and not actual cloaking device. Let me hop over here and
Our
take
sensors indicate you successfully cleared the area of some pirates. Well done. But where there is one, there will be more. Stay alert.
Yeah. Let's see. When below 90% of main shield facing, there's a chance that energy weapons can restore shields. Yeah, okay. That's a nice passive feature. Let's head back this way. I think it's this rock. Ooh, shiny thing over to the right. Must remember to get that. That asteroid is clear. Must get magnesite ore. And that is that. Next asteroid. You know, I'm more concerned about the pirates than the scavengers, honestly. Scavengers want to grab some rocks and do stuff. Hey, whatever, more power to you guys. Well, unless they're Nausicaans.
I'm getting readings that match those we picked up at Kittimer. You think the Borg tangled with the Alachi? If so, that means the Alachi have more power than we realized.
Oh, that's not good.
Do not concern yourself with this matter. Continue scanning.
They know a lot more than they're telling us, which seems to be what the Tal Shiar are all about. But what they don't want to talk about could get us killed. I suggest we use caution.
Yeah, no argument on that one. But then again, that is why we use cloaking devices. That is a very suspicious looking rock up ahead. Oh! And that is a very suspicious looking Nausicaan up ahead. I'm presuming it's a Nausicaan. It's a Nausicaan. Let's make life entertaining. Oh yeah. Also, I gotta love the maneuverability of the Mogai / Baldur class starships. it's going to make my next rank really miserable because the next rank will involve flying, well, the bus.
You are a capable combatant. I'll be sure to make note of that in my report. Nivek out.
He is such a... I'm not sure what word I want to use. Busybody? Nosy Nelly? I really don't know.
Picking up something large on the sensors. It's a Borg cube. At least now we know what the tall Shi'ar is really after.
A freaking Borg cube? Seriously? I suppose we need to investigate it. Even though, you know, the Borg are arguably some of the biggest boogeymen in this setting. Sure, why not? Let's go poke the bear and see what happens. Mr. Busybody will probably be annoyed that I'm going over here to scan it. It is not your concern, Sub-Commander. I just bet. Yeah, big shock there, right?
Perhaps Janek was right about you after all. Now that you have cleared the area, we'll beam aboard the cube and conduct salvage operations. Although you have not been completely cleared for an operation of this security level, we need your assistance. Therefore, I am authorizing you to transport over with my teams to provide logistical support. While on board, I expect you to submit to my authority. Do not ask questions, and do not make me regret my decision.
Well, one of those will probably not happen.
Why are the tall Shi'ar tempting disaster by boarding a Borg cube? This is something that the Republic will want to know. We'll be ready for your transmissions if you find anything. We'll be monitoring your progress.
Oh, I'm sure that everything here will be perfectly fine. I am absolutely certain that there are no Borg on board who will wake up and start assimilating everybody. Perfectly safe.
I can beam you over to the Borg cube whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Why are the tall Shi'ar tempting disaster by boarding a Borg cube?
You've already said that. I can see that the latest patch may have put some breakage here. Oh, and I'm going to bring my entire crew as well. Yeah, might as well. I wasn't going to outfit the entire group in tall Shi'ar outfits. That was just not going to happen. I could justify me. Okay, moving. Monitoring my progress from the Victorious. Some interference, but hey, as long as it's inactive, they can maintain a lock on us. I'm sure that we won't have any problems. Minimal power, no problem. Oh, and there's some flashlights. And put on a device slot. Okay, crate, flashlights. Excuse me, Nivek, first things first. I wouldn't want this opportunity to enter a horror movie to pass me up. And let's put that up here because I really don't need that on the first rank of stuff. Alright. What do you got to say for yourself?
This ship and all the drones aboard are in a regeneration cycle. However, the power levels are almost negligible. They are, for all intents and purposes, in a coma state. That suits our purposes. I need you and your team to
Speak up,
assist
Nivek.
in the salvage operations. But more importantly, I need you to keep your heads down and do as you're told. I know you're used to leading, but what is required now is someone who can follow orders. Do that, and we'll finish our task here without difficulty.
Alrighty. Let's see. Assistant salvage operations. So clearly there is going to be lots of stuff for us to do. He looks like he could use assistance. Maybe not. Oh, this looks like it could use assistance. Ooh, this looks like it could be scanned. I'm sure this won't cause any problems. Even though I've got my back to a Borg regenerating. With nasty red highlights. That's a real bright laser wall. Let's take parts out of here. See? Nothing bad happened. Let's take some more parts. Yeah, you think he's suspicious of taking Borg tech? I can't imagine why he thinks it's suspicious. Sometimes I think that my crew is just bonkers. It's like my side map is a little different than my big map. More components. I'm sure they won't be missed. More components. All damaged severely by the simultaneous loss of critical systems. Something did a number on them. You know, that's actually a pretty scary thought. The only thing capable of really being the target of the Borg, besides the Federation, of course, has been the species 8472, otherwise known as the Undine in this game. The Undine have a substantial backstory that's not really relevant to the Romulan story. Okay, let's go to Navek and tell him we got his tools.
Thank you for your assistance with the salvage operations. I requested a solid officer to help. That seems to be what I was sent. Now...
Commander, you have to see this.
I'm sure this isn't bad news. I'm sure this is just something really neat and awesome.
Would you please report to Team 3's location and see what the disturbance is?
Naturally. Because there's nothing I like better than becoming cannon fodder. Okay, I think we're about to have wow. I mean, wow. That is a big hole. Something went kablooey in here. And, man, look at all those Borg alcoves. You ever need reminded just how horribly outnumbered and outgunned we are? There it is.
Understood. While we have never encountered this phenomenon before, the fact that the center of the cube has been removed does not change our mission. Don't get distracted. Get the data from the computers. Perhaps there's something worthwhile here we can salvage.
Well, let's hope that we don't wake anybody up. Because, you know, seeing that many Borg... Test subject. Species 29 artifacts recovered. Preliminary testing indicates favorable results. Further study authorized. Project name Iconia. That's foreshadowing, people. Testing for Omega file corrupted. Okay. Let's copy those and send them to my ship. And sensors indicate that other Tal Shiar teams are either out of my area or moving to other parts of the cube. So now I can transmit my data. Were you not paying attention, moving? I'm near the central data node. Tal Shiar knew where to find it, which indicates they've done this before. And that's probably not a good sign.
Return to me immediately. I have new instructions for you.
Gee, I sure hope he didn't pick up our transmission, or otherwise things are going to get very ugly very fast. He wants me to go all the way back there. I swear, Navek, it's like I have nothing better to do. Okay, what you got?
Excellent. I'm downloading our findings to the Frere now. Next, I'll need you to assist Team 3.
Bad sign. Oh, we are.
From this time forward, your culture will adapt to service ours.
I cannot appropriately describe just how much this sucks. The Borg are awake and they are ticked off. And they're apparently recycling their parts. Well, the good news is these are pretty weak drones. I mean, ordinarily these guys would be adapting.
This is Team 2. We're under attack by the Borg.
Yeah, we're working on it. Whoops. Because if these guys were to start adapting, we would be in trouble. South first. We know we have people in trouble here. Unfortunately, I don't think we've really found anything in here. Oh, the vet came with me. It'd be nice if I could find a way to arrange for some friendly fire to happen to him. I feel like something should be happening here, but it's not. So until we find out more... Whoops! I think we just found out more the hard way. Well, these doors don't open. And these doors aren't opening. And whatever was supposed to happen in here didn't happen. And I'm beginning to think that maybe this is bugged. I can't scan anything here. I can't shoot anything in here. And all the bad guys are down. Well, except this one, which seems to be curiously stuck. So this is a bad, bad thing here. Having no luck. No doors are opening. No events are triggering. And that is all leading to the inescapable conclusion that I am unable to progress. And the worst part of all is if I abort this mission and try to come back in, I have to start all the freaking way back at the beginning of the salvage operation. This is, I'm going to say, moderately awful. Can't talk to Navek. Can't do a thing. Oh, hold on. There's a body here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Boy, talk about melding the bottom here. Died of a self-inflicted disruptor blast, which indicates that Team 2...
Dead. All of them. Let's hope we can still save Team 3.
Well, dead or assimilated. But thankfully, that was our roadblock, the cleverly concealed dead body there. You know, I guess that's proof enough that I should probably have the flashlight on. Bet you if I had it on, I wouldn't have had a problem. Oh, elite tactical drone, that's a bad sign. I'll let other people shoot it first. Yeah, I'm just showing great leadership quality there. Let's get around and try to get some of that flanking damage. Any extra damage I can get would be good. Let's use some of that telekinesis too. Oops. You're here.
Sub-Commander Farouz. No! He's been assimilated. We're too late.
Well, it could be worse. We could have the rest of these people suddenly kick on.
Sub-Commander Farouz has been studying Borg technology extensively. He was the only one here who knew how to override the transport disruption field. Without his knowledge, we cannot escape.
That's bad.
I take no pleasure in this decision, but it was better for him to die than to be assimilated. We can take the knowledge stored on his new implants and use it to access the cube systems. We'll use their own technology against them.
Yeah, you know, if we could have delayed the process, he might have lived. Of course, I don't know that there's any way we could have delayed it. Ooh. Big, spiky column thing. We'll leave that alone. Live and let live, I always say. Unfortunately, the let live part seems to have hit a flaw. Let's help myself out. Let's get the mortar active on one side, put the mines on the other side, and then start shooting things. This seems to be working better than I expected. I like that box. Escape. Technically, I'm dubious that this qualifies as escape because we're still here.
I can override the cortical node here. That will drop the transport disruption field. Keep those drones off me while I work.
You will be assimilated.
So you're going to be a problem, aren't you, Novak? Okay, slap down some mines, slap down a turret, and slap down a cover shield. Maybe I can just focus on one direction.
is futile.
So far, so good. Borg are dropping like flies. We're all still alive. And Nevek is doing what he does.
1 minute.
Will be assimilated.
Oh, shields are going down. That's bad. That's self-activated. Oh, if nothing else, I'm getting a lot of materials or items. Might be able to use some of them.
30 seconds.
Oops, cover shield's gone. Ooh, shiny. Let's leave my people to die and grab this,
15 seconds. 10 seconds.
yeah, who cares about Nevek? What do you know? I think we got them all. Return to ship. I am 100% behind that. Load, load, load. I swear, loading screens seem to have gotten longer and longer. Cube's activating. That's bad. That's real bad. That's bad on a level of horrible. Let's cloak before we approach. Yeah, I didn't think my tractor repulsors were going to do much for the board. Oh, that's not good. It's losing the hull, and I'm losing the shields. I need to move my hind end there because I am far too close if that thing decides to explode. Gotta get used to the fact that I have rear torpedoes now. Let's pop out some more shadows. Give them something else to focus on besides me. Now that was the weak one. Oh, you know what? I think there's actually a drop. Oh, a lot of drops. Let's see if the things I'll use. It's not looking promising. Well, it'll sell.
Thank you for your help. We may have had a very different outcome without your assistance. As far as this mission goes, this never happened. Back out.
Ah, the quintessential spy attitude. We were never here. This never happened. Except it did happen, and we're going to be sliding that info back to our contacts, such as Commander Tamara, the lady over in Crozana, who's been responsible for getting us into this mess,
Excellent
really.
work bringing this information to the
Tell
attention
Mara.
of the Republic.
I had heard that Tal Shiar was interested in expanding their technical advantage through Borg technology, but I had no idea they were going to such lengths to do so, or that they were so foolish and short-sighted, or maybe so desperate. But in order to expose the true nature of the Tal Shiar, we will have to uncover more damning evidence than some Borg salvage operations. Be ready. After that performance, Janek will have another assignment for you soon.
Yeah, the Tal Shiar with Borg tech, scary. We're gonna grab this disruptor production shield. Not because I think I'm actually going to be attacked by a lot of things using it, but I want to make sure that I have the option.
The treacherous Cha'ula has...
Sorry, that's time travel. I'm not monkeying with that. That's in the future. Swap the shield out, and we'll give the shield to whoever has the least effective shield right now. Ironically enough, that's Tovin. Out you go. Armor. This is level 6 armor, which is better than what I'm using. Type 4 armor. Who has the worst armor of my round party? I think Shayla wins the award for this one. I don't feel the need to give those two any extra armor. For the ship, I don't need disruptors. Shield restoration, it's nice enough. Yeah, I think the ability to restore shields trumps the ability of regeneration. Perhaps I will be wrong. Oh, I still have class 4 armor of a generic type here, who's still using level 2. There you go, Varsal. Actually, let's not casually throw these things in the replicator. I keep forgetting that I've got a Sullivan ship that I can call up for help. Kit module! I get to choose! That is awesome. I can do a shield recharge, which will allow me to heal, I guess, anybody's shield. Or I can get a beam turret to supplement my mortar turret. And I like that. I'm liking this. I was expecting it to be a random choice, but it turned out pretty good. I approve. I gained a level, so that gives me the opportunity to get some ablative hull plating or energized hull plating. Energized deals with energy, and ablative deals with kinetic. We're going to go with the energy because so far my shields have held up pretty good. Yes, I am taunting fate. Why do you ask? Ilfie, hey! Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. I hope you weren't there too long because, you know, I've got this stream on an iPad, which I have over to the side, but I can never really see it while I'm focusing on the big monitor. And I don't have one of those really exotic setups that allow me to use 2 monitors. Hope you're enjoying watching me get attacked by Borg all over the place. Let's throw this battery in my device until I have something better to do. One of the things I wish this chat had was timestamps. I wonder if there's a way to put that on there. I got 2 completed duty officer missions, 1 success, 1 failure. Let's take care of that. And there's nothing I want to really monkey with here. What about personal missions? Oh, I can't do that one. That one's got stuff I don't have. Let's go back. I can do shield emitters. I can do medical. I can do contraband. Nothing big, nothing fancy. Oh, right. Uncharacteristically, I have not gotten any communication messages with my next mission. Usually they're desperate to get my attention. So let's continue with Cloak and Dagger.
We have word that a colony in the Delta Corvi system is harboring several fugitives. Among them is a man named Vrimek, who has close ties to the Riemann separatist movement. The Tal Shiar is going to show the colonists the consequences of treason. You will act as part of the advanced force that will shut down the colony's sensor grid. Once that is down, their planetary defenses will be useless, and the rest of the fleet can move in. Then we will land a ground force and round up the colonists. By this time tomorrow, this colony will be nothing but a memory.
That's... This mission is gonna be... Watching me do my magic lime normal. Well, I don't know about magic, but... This is a mission that's going to be ugly for this character, because the whole Romulan arc here started with the colony world that the character lived on being invaded and conquered by the Tal Shiar. And now I'm being asked to do pretty much exactly what they did. Man, going undercover is rough. Rewards. If I should do this extremely heinous mission. Heinous? Not entirely sure about the pronunciation here. I will get the usual experience and expertise rewards. I will get new plasma weapons, both a turret and a beam array. I'll get some duty officers. And the usual dilithium ore. I sure hope those duty officers aren't Tal Shiar versions, or otherwise things are going to get very embarrassing when we do our sudden and inevitable betrayal.
Are we really going to help the Tal Shiar invade another Romulan colony like ours? I'm not sure I'm comfortable with this.
Yeah, I knew Tovin was going to have an issue with that one. Seeing that he's the other survivor of our colony. Well, maybe we might be able to find a way to oppose the Tal Shiar at the same time. Maybe get them to evacuate and head to New Romulus. Hey, our new homeworld is probably a better place than the new colony. I hope it's a better place. Of course, then again, I'm sure that my character would have loved to go back to Virenat. If, it wasn't completely destroyed. Boy, gotta hate the Tal Shiar. Let's see. We're traveling through sectors. Let's see if there's anything experience point. Oh, that's an... Okay, secure Federation. That must have been a visual bug. Radiation samples. Destabilized Tal Shiar. Oh, I like that one. Sector missions are coming fast and furious, but unfortunately, they're also beginning to come with requirements that I cannot fulfill. Or will not, as the case may be, for our 50,000 guys. I'm just not going to spend 50,000 credits on turrets. And as the last switch we'll have, unless something wacky happened here, which it didn't. So we are closing in on Delta Corvi. And there's the dot slowly closing in, and it represents the star. This is going to be... Oh, there really has to be a better way for them to show the approach of the star than having it pop up like that. But this isn't exactly what you would call a new game with newfangled graphics systems, so I'll give it a slide. Delta Corvi 1. Called Algorab by some of its residents, the Delta Corvi system has twin stars, a Class B primary star with a Class K companion. Approximately 38,000 people have settled on the only M-class planet in the system in the past 20 years. And more than 90% of the population is Romulan. The largest settlement on the planet, Algorab City, is in a series of canyons that shelter it from the intense rays of the suns. I wonder if we'll see in those canyons. Oh, fast load. I'm surprised. There's something floating nearby, which means Commander Levick is hailing me. I guess he's the boss of this expedition.
Welcome to the Delta Corvi system. We are here under the guise of a raiding party, but our primary objective is to bring down the sensor grid so our invasion fleet can get into position before the colony is aware of their presence. There are a few colony vessels patrolling the area. We need to take them out first before they can alert the surface to our presence. Once any nearby colony vessels are destroyed, then you can disable the sensor grid substation. I am sending coordinates for the substations you are responsible for targeting.
Oh, that's...
Captain, I've marked the 2 substations we're responsible for disabling on the map. Are we really doing this? Are we participating in the invasion of a Romulan colony? Helping the Tal Shiar? Remember what happened to Viranet?
Tovin. What part of undercover infiltration mission did you miss? Yes, we gotta keep our cover.
The other Tal Shiar ships will be monitoring the sensor grid and colony patrol ships to make sure the invasion isn't detected. If we disable the colony ships and then punch a hole in the sensor grid, we could beam a small away team to the surface without the other Tal Shiar ships noticing. Once on the surface, we can tell the population about the impending invasion. It's not much, but it would be more warning than we had.
That's a low bar to clear since the warning we had involved a bombardment of our festival. Alright then. Let's go and take out some stations. That's probably to avoid aggro. Oh, come on. The Tal Shiar isn't even going to fire on these guys? I'm really disappointed. And I have to take out the colony ships first. Oh, come on. Okay, fire a will. I need to get rid of some of those torpedoes firing at me because there's no way that I want to have 3 heavy torpedoes hitting me at once. Let's absorb some of that power and boost up the singularity more. Yes. Pow. You know, that never does as much damage as I would like. Oh, very good. I'm disabling them, not destroying them. Tovin will improve. Alright, now we can disable the station. 1 down, 1 to go. Let's go in under cloak. I mean, why not take advantage of the single greatest Romulan advantage? Slow it down, let the weapons recharge up a bit. Arm up. And strike. Oh, not bad as far as first strikes go. Let's charge up that singularity core again. I always have to remind myself I've got that available because it's far too useful to ignore. Let's get some space between us. That way I can firemen. Ow. Alright, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And that takes care of them. And that's going to take care of the substation. Okay, Tovin.
We have a big enough hole in the sensor grid to get a transporter signal through without alerting the other Tal Shiar ships in the area. The crew can keep up appearances here in orbit while you warn the populace. Ready to beam you down with an away team on your orders.
Don't you think that it would make more sense to send Tovin down and me up here, where I could maintain communications with the other Tal Shiar ships? Wouldn't it seem easier? But no, why would we do things the easy way? And we're taking the whole crew with us again anyway. And the worst part is I've probably got the Starfleet tactical officer who's left in charge. I'm sure he won't look suspicious at all. Okay, I'm beginning to think it's the ground maps that take longer to load. Because the space map sure didn't take long to load at all.
The other Tal Shiar ships haven't detected your presence on the surface yet, but you won't have much time before the rest of the invasion fleet arrives. Vrimek is the Maori. You'll need to convince him to evacuate his people before they arrive.
You talk like you're not down here, Tovin. Sometimes I think the folks really need to go through the dialogue in this game.
You're Tal Shiar! Guards!
No.
Someone! Anyone!
I'm not Tal Shiar. Oh wait, I am kind of wearing the Tal Shiar uniform. I couldn't help that.
One of Datan's agents? What are you doing here?
Well, there's an invasion force kind of on the way, so people need to skedaddle before you all end up dead.
A Tal Shiar invasion? I feared this day would come. This time, however, the Tal Shiar have chosen the wrong colony. No one will leave this planet alive.
I don't know, I like the sound of that. Everyone here is committed to living free or not at all. Well, you know, we got this great new planet that would be really neat to go to and help settle and still be free.
I have certain contacts among my people. The Remans have become much more aggressive about protecting their interests since the loss of Craterus. We are more willing to use measures that would have seemed unthinkable in the past. One of these measures is Thalaron weaponry. Hidden underneath this colony is a Thalaron weapon large enough to destroy all life forms on the planet. When the Tal Shiar land on this world, the very ground under their feet will burn.
Are you sure you want to be here for that? Seriously? We can beam you out. We've got room.
It is a fair price. I've seen what happened to Craterus and other colonies at the hands of the Tal Shiar. I suspect you have as well. Death is preferable to the fate the Tal Shiar has planned for us. And without the sensor grid, death is our only defense.
No, it's not! We can beam you to our ship!
I will delay the detonation to give you some time to organize an evacuation. But it will only be a delay. We must detonate before the Tal Shiar discover the weapon and attempt to disarm it. I will meet you at the shuttle pad after I am done here.
Vrimek has a serious death wish. Okay, I'm clearly going the wrong direction. Oh, there we go.
The invasion has started. It's like Virenat all over again. And we helped to make this happen. We
Will
need to
you
rescue as
stop
many
harping
colonists
on
as we
that?
can. Vrimek will want to detonate that bomb sooner rather than later.
Oh, there is the Alachi ship, so we're gonna have to deal with them too. And I see a... Oh, Christ, you got something big and ugly over that way. Prioritize, prioritize. Okay, lots of targets. Do I have my new turret up? Yes, I do. Let's get those set up before I start. Oops, too late. They've already started. Didn't think that plasma turret was going to start rolling early. Yes, yes. Now get out of Dodge. Get to the shuttles. Get to the chopper. Inside joke. Don't leave the Tal Shiar alive because, you know, not only are they likely to kill colonists, but they will also blow our cover sky high. You know, that telekinesis ability is looking more and more fun each time I use it. That's good. Now get onto the shuttle and get out. Because your Maori really, really wants to nuke the planet and doesn't care about you. So will you kindly leave? Oh, got to defend the shuttle too. So apparently they're going to insist on pre-flight checks. Let's get the turrets rolling.
Enemy target
And they're away. So we've managed to evacuate one shuttle. According to my handy-dandy display here, I have 3 more to go. Not to mention assorted problems. Damn. Oh, that telekinesis is a lot of fun. I can't believe it's taken me, what, 10 years to have a use a character that had that. Probably a good thing it has such a lengthy cooldown because I would probably use it every... Oops! Yeah, it looks like the Alachi kidnapping things are in play. I am going the wrong way. Here we go. Run, people, run! Yeah, that is never going to get old. Let's get the porters up. And down they go. And I think the turret that's up and the mortar that's up do a fine job on hitting the attacking Tal Shiar because I'm relatively sure I'll defend this shuttle too. Yep. Up there they are. least one of my turrets is doing some good. Quantum mortar has been less than impressive. That's 2 away. Science kit. Why could it not have been engineering? Alright. 2 more shuttles to go. Let's hope Remick doesn't get a little too over-enthusiastic. Because otherwise, he's going to nuke the planet while we're still on it. That would be inconvenient in so many ways. One group free. Almost didn't see these guys. Oops, I seem to have aggroed the other group. I am never going to get tired of using the telekinesis. Okay. That should be all 3 of those groups. I'm happy with the plasma turret's location. Let's throw the mortar down. And we'll throw in some mines. And then figure that they're probably going to come from the right side because that would be the most inconvenient place for them to show up. It's a burden being right all the time. There we go. Number 3 is away. All we gotta do now is get that 4th one underway. And then Remick can nuke his planet all he wants. Although, it'll be hard to justify if there are still people here. Oh, speaking of people still here. Oh yeah, I'm losing shield power fast. That's not all I'm losing either. I may have bitten off more than I can chew on this one. Up the token's down. But amazingly, we survived. Oh no. Literally. Alright, he's back up. I didn't see her go down, so... Okay. This is going to be tricky. I don't think I can do this without getting both of the opponents mad at me. So I will be guided by wherever the turret fires.
Enemy target on sensor.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even aggro the other group. I am amazed. And pleased. But mostly amazed. Okay, there should be one more group to deal with. And they are right here. happy where okay, one of my bridge officers must be throwing, yeah, Shayla's throwing down turrets too. So we are going to have a very formidable defense here. Come on, get closer, go into my mines. And there they go. We have
done all we can and saved as many colonists as we could. It's time to go. Vrimek is waiting for us at the final shuttle pad.
I'm kind of surprised to hear that, actually, because honestly, my impression was that Vrimek was going to go down fighting. Probably with a dead man switch or something. And yeah, I guess that's his big bomb.
The Tal Shiar are close to controlling the entire colony. I'm arming the Thaleron weapon.
Last chance.
Are you sure you're not a Tal Shiar agent?
Ow.
I will not give Zila and her minions the satisfaction of taking this colony with ease. They will fight and bleed for Ash and Rock. Then they will die.
Oh, it's on you. You want to do the suicide thing? No one's going to tell you no. Oh, see, I'm putting everything on the wrong side. Hi, Commander. I bet you're wondering what we're doing down here.
What are you doing here? Are you helping these colonists? I am taking you into custody. If you're fortunate, you'll only be punished for insubordination and failing to follow orders. I will be pushing for you to be charged with treason and aiding the enemy.
I have an alternative viewpoint. I think what happened was, you beamed down to oversee the whole mess, you were tragically killed by the colonists defending their colony, and it was only my work that was able to salvage anything out of this. How about that? Oh, let me demonstrate. Okay, he's a little bit more resistant to telekinesis. Like I said, it's done. Come on, get on board. Do something surprising to survive this whole mess. Now get out of Dodge. If there's any justice, what comes next would be an impressive cutscene. If there's any justice. I would hate for it just to transition to, you know, a charred hunk of rock. Load, 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 load. There we go.
It is done. Delta Corvi has been erased from the map, along with the Tal Shiar invasion force.
We told everyone to rendezvous at our ship. We'll meet them there.
I don't know how to thank you. Our colony is gone, but my people, no one would have survived without you.
There you are.
Problems.
This is the Empress. It's time we spoke. Prepare for transport.
Big problems.
I have to congratulate you. We've been trying to catch Vrimek for some time.
Liar! Coward! You said you would protect me! You said you would help us!
I'm sure many things were said. It's your fault for believing them. Deception is a means to an end. You were a threat, and now you are not. And my friend here is a loyal agent of the Tal Shiar.
Tell her it's not true. Tell her you would rather die than be her puppet.
Hey, I am Tal Shiar.
Tal Shiar scum! I should have killed you when I had the chance!
Now that he's dealt with, let's talk about you. I need someone who sees the bigger picture, who understands more than just blind loyalty to Hakiv.
Well, Hakiv's pretty stupid.
I think you're that person. I'm upgrading your security clearance. You will have access to our most restricted locations.
I'm honored.
But be careful where you shine your light. There are things in the dark that don't want to be found.
Well, that screamed
That couldn't
ominous.
have gone any worse. We did exactly what Sela wanted, despite our best intentions. We even advanced our standing with the Tal Shiar. I don't know. Perhaps the greater good will outweigh this tragedy in time. Even if it does, we've still made an enemy of Rimek. If he survives his interrogation, that is. Are you ready to leave yet? I know I am.
Yes, that did kind of leave a foul taste in the mouth. From invading a colony to being forced to betray the leader of that colony. All for the still nebulous greater good. That's rough.
I can't believe Rimek detonated a Thalaron
Already
weapon
talking.
in the atmosphere to destroy the Tal Shiar invaders. It's tragic what happened to that planet, but the Tal Shiar should never doubt the resolve of people willing to die to be free. And it's unfortunate what happened to Rimek, but the Empress herself has taken an interest in you. That's dangerous, but it's also an opportunity. You now have clearance to delve into the deepest, darkest secrets of the Tal Shiar. Comb through those archives and see what you can find while we wait for Janek to make contact.
Okay, well, we can at least pick up some of the rewards here, including undoubtedly the former members of the colony. Might be a little hacked off at me. I don't know if I want to put them in positions to do anything.
Complete access to our data. That is a great deal of knowledge, and a great deal of responsibility. Use it wisely. I'd like you to begin looking for anomalies. There is a mole somewhere in the Tal Shiar working for the Romulan Republic. Find them.
No! There can't be! Surely not for the Romulan Republic. Who would do such a dastardly thing? Dynamic reroute impulse engines will be one of the rewards. I can see where it'd be handy in certain environments to allow you to maintain some of that flight speed when you're being hosed by full impulse, but I don't know if I like it better than the efficient impulse engines. Can't hurt to hold on to. And I'll have a choice of consoles. We'll let the duty officer thing slide now. Alright. Let's try it, eh? Let's go find this dastardly spy, this treacherous vermin who would bring down the Tal Shiar. It's possible I might be laying it in a little too thick. While I'm flying, let's purchase some skills because I did get a level out of all of that. I'm going to skip the ablative hull plating for now, and I'm going to start kicking up extra damage from my crits. That should be potentially helpful. Duty officers, I've got 3 missions that completed when I wasn't looking. 1, 2, and 1 that didn't go so well. I can do that one. I can do that one. Resettle colonists are always handy. I should get around to actually sending those colonists to another colony world so that I will get some more dilithium out of it. I do that now. I was afraid that was going to happen. I'll just hit begin and close that up so that I can begin moving again. So it's always an open question to determine what interfaces will cause my ship to stop moving and which ones won't. And I don't want to manually do anything because it screws up the autopilot. If I'm not paying attention, I'll go right past my target location. Interfaces are weird sometimes. Yeah, there goes those provisions. I'll have to replicate new ones at some point. Just not now. I forgot that these assignment chains still exist in the game. Somewhere along the line I should see about where some of these are so I can do them and get special rewards out of them. Although apparently the big ones here are flight deck officers, which would be used for hangars, and the current plans don't call for that. Oh, I seem to have hit the destination here. He's been sifting through the data and noticed a pattern. A lot of redacted data, subverted, deleted, and he's recommended that we go check out Hobus. Well, that'll be fun. For those unfamiliar with the lore, Hobus is the sun that exploded and was responsible, ultimately, for the destruction of Romulus. Thus, pretty much kicking off the events of the movie Star Trek with Chris Pine and company, the JJ-verse, or Kelvin timeline, or whatever you want to call it. As well as, of course, all the events of Star Trek Online. Site of the supernova explosion that destroyed Romulus and Remus in 2387. Current theories suggest that the explosion ruptured subspace and that the energy from the blast traveled through subspace at speeds much greater than the speed of light, which is the only way that you can explain the little problems with physics in the explanation in the Star Trek movie. It's been of great interest to the Federation scientists, including Catherine Janeway, who led the first expedition to study the cluster in 2388. Revelation. Well, that's an interesting title to start with, isn't it? Load screen, load screen. There we go. Things always seem to get better when I hit that 30% number.
The information we found in the database points to some sort of installation in this system, but even the Tal Shiar doesn't have complete information about it. This was ground zero for the supernova that destroyed the homeworld. If there's a base here, it might be connected. We'll need to stay sharp. There's a lot of radiation in the system interfering with our sensors, and debris from the blast is everywhere. I've marked some areas where we need to scan to establish a baseline.
Alright, let's get that baseline. Strange magnetic signature return. Let's check it out. Conveniently with a nav point marker.
We're detecting an increase in subspace distortion. Could be a cloaked ship.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree. Oh, okay, there's a cloaked ship. I guess we should blow him up.
Compensate for the interference and continue scanning. Magnetic signature return appears to be efficient.
Oh, moderately painful, but we are still alive. That's what counts.
Isolated another false return. I've placed a waypoint on the map marking the area we should check out. Wonder what they're trying to keep us from finding.
An excellent question indeed. What secrets lurk in this solar system? Well, former solar system. Oh, goody. More static. And there's some targets. There's a lot of activity here for a dead world. Something very strange is going on here.
Target's shield has failed.
One more scan, and I can isolate the false readings.
Oh, please do.
I've detected another ship within the nebula, and I've placed a waypoint on the map marking the area we should check out. Let's see if we can lure them out.
Yes, let's.
This is probably an ambush. I suggest we go to yellow alert.
I can't imagine why he would think that. We've only been jumped every time we've had this interference.
Warning. Ship.
Oh. Okay, that's not so good. Yeah, here we go, the triple plasma torpedo attack. Looks like I've gotten to a level where these guys will actually start doing that. You like tractor beams? What happens if I use my tractor beam to push? And since you like heavy plasma torpedoes so much, here, have mine. Oh, I don't think he handled it nearly so well. What's this? Strong energy signature from the planetoid he's marked on the form the planetoid he's marked on the map. Yeah, that looks kind of suspicious because, you know, there's something on there that does not look natural, does it? Let's scan it and see if there's anything interesting. Life signs. Yes, let's beam down, take a look, and be ready to shoot stuff. Load, load, load. I feel like I should be working voodoo on this thing. Finding significant energy readings. Let's investigate the lab. Oh yeah, we should also probably take care of, you know, the guards. Remans of all things. What are Remans doing in here? I know that is a group that is operating with the assistance of Starfleet. I should probably avoid doing the shoot first option. But, as a certain smuggler would say, I would prefer to shoot first, as opposed to shooting second. Down. Fire again. Oh, the guard's dumping me. Oh, I will never get tired of that telekinesis ability. Oh, that's a creepy statue. That is a really creepy statue. Okay, defend the console until the download is done. Which means bad guys are coming. So in the interests of keeping the bad guys away. Let's make use of little details like turrets, mines, and lots of energy weapons. There we are.
Enemy target.
Oh, we did a nice job on defending that side. Unfortunately, we're still active. Oh, and more guards coming. Oh, no you don't. Heh, nice try. Oh, the new Chronoton kit module. Heh, those mines are very helpful on defending the spot. Stupid lockboxes. They're studying an ancient race and their technology, but details are obscured. Well, before we go too far... Huh. There we go. Now my mines are even better. Because I've replaced them with the Mark V variant. More damage. More carnage. I probably shouldn't sound so gleeful when I say that. Oh gee, I just walked right by the door. They look like walls. Who can figure?
Enemy target.
I will never get tired of that. I sense that I'm going to be defending another console soon. And here we are. Mines. Phasers. Mortars. So far so good, and we're making good progress. This is downloading loads faster than the other one.
Enemy target.
Okay, well it's not loading as fast as I would have liked. Something might need defragged. A mix of Iconian and Romulan tech. Like the reverse engineering Iconian technology, unless... Who? Who's Terrace? And the source of Iconian technology used in the basis. Now you see, this is something that feels like they should have talked about earlier. Terrace is a significant individual, but nothing in our story up to now has even referred to any Terrace. I feel that this is a poor design in this mission. Perhaps with the Romulan arc in general, in fact. personal opinion, of course. Here's another one of those doors. Well, I just open it up and start shooting things. Oh, maybe not.
So, Hakiv's dogs finally arrive. Stand down, or my gods will kill you.
I'm guessing you're
Do you
terrorists.
even understand Hakiv's role in all of this? He is just as responsible for the destruction of the homeworld as I am.
Is that a
Perhaps
confession?
more. My only goal is to help our people. Before you decide who you believe, give me a chance to explain.
Okay, I'm willing to talk. Tell me something useful.
You should know that when I first encountered Iconian technology more than 40 years ago, I was the commanding officer of the IRW Hakona. The ship was almost destroyed by an Iconian virus. It was only the intervention of a Federation ship that saved our lives.
Well, that would have been
He
embarrassing.
was my science officer. He was as fascinated with the Iconians and their technology as I was. He encouraged my search for them. I trusted him. It was the worst mistake I've ever made.
Hakiv deceived you, but you're not exactly blameless in all of this.
Hakiv was the only one with whom the Ilachi would communicate. They gave him the device and said it would bring about the return of the Iconians. All we needed to do was deploy it at the right time and place. I knew they were the messengers of the Iconians, and I was so obsessed that I asked Hakiv to study the device before we released it. He told me it would do what the Ilachi said, that it was safe. I was just trying to bring about a better future for our people. I didn't know.
So you effectively blew up Hobus and wiped out Romulus and Remus. Congratulations!
I have only sought the Iconians in
Now,
order to
admittedly, our
understand who
homeworld
they
is more
are.
the Romulan
Their
homeworld.
technology is so great. Their empire was so vast. I thought that with their help, the Romulan Star Empire could rise to control the galaxy. I did this for our people. It was always for them.
Yeah, you know what? I got friends in the Federation. We can get you a fair trial, as opposed to the kangaroo court you would undoubtedly get with the Romulans.
I'm trying to fix this. I've been working here to restore an Iconian gateway, to find a way to contact them. If I can talk to them without Hakiv or the Ilachi, I know I could convince them. The gateways can do more than move you from place to place. They can move through time and dimensions. With the Iconians' help, I could fix everything. There's no need for a trial if the homeworld is restored.
Yeah, you know, that doesn't sound quite right. Particularly in light of certain revelations about the Iconians that come pretty much further down the line.
Terrace, surrender in the name of the Tal Shiar.
Oh!
Put your weapons down.
I think the wheels just came off. Well, first we were fighting them, and now we're defending them. Terrace is running up like a coward. Probably the guilty conscience. Alright, Terrace ran this way? Maybe not. Let's see if there's something. Well, no, that is definitely a force field, so I definitely cannot go that way. I definitely cannot go that way because there is no door. That leaves one obvious door to hit. Okay, well, I am clearly missing something. Something that is probably as obvious as the nose on my face. I mean, there has to be a way down there. I should have paid more attention to where she was running. That one was my bad. I'm not going to be so quick to say there's a bug here because, well, we've been here before, haven't we? Okay. It's got to be the door.
Let's see. Red, green, red. Tell Hakeem this isn't over.
You have got to be kidding me. Okay, well, looks like Terrorist is going to get away to brag about it in some other time. She'll get hers someday. Sooner would be better, but... all you people are doing is keeping me from finding a way to get to her. Let's get a little more firepower here, shall we? And one more commander to go. And then maybe we can, I don't know, maybe backtrack where she went. No, of course not. I'm just gonna blow the bloody thing up. Why would I do anything smart like figure out how it works? Tell Sheriff she steps over it. Don't get away. Oh. Self-sacrifice time, it looks like. Can't leave me behind. Gotta blow the gateway. Sure, Tobin, you want to come with me? I don't think so.
Automatic self-destruct activated. 3, 2...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just 3 freaking seconds? Who designed this stupid base?
I could not be more pleased with your progress. There is only one other agent who has managed to infiltrate the Tal Shiar so successfully. He, however, is in a position that makes him unable to report back to us.
I might have met him one
Information
time.
you're providing is vital to our quest to stop the Tal Shiar.
That's nice, but I have no idea where I'm at. In the meantime, let's check out the rewards here, shall we? Those look like science consoles. So let's see, healed regen, healed capacity, or hull regen. Capacity looks good. However, we are going to have to call it a night now. We're a little bit past my target completion time, and the next mission is, shall we say, lengthy?
Was there something you needed?
So instead, I am going to take a second to slap that console on my ship if there's anywhere convenient for it. There's really not. But you know what? Shield healing is good with maximum shield capacity. No, we'll do the shield. Keep the shield healing on there. Engines, I'm not going to do anything with unless it's really good. I can put it onto the. Yeah, we'll put it onto the shuttle. Turret, it's a level 6. Throw that on there. Same with the phaser. Plasma array. We're going to replace the engineering component for the armor. And I think that is where we're going to let things stand. Where am I? Where did I go? And what is the IRW Knile? This answer will come next time on Star Trek Online. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. This is Korath Landwalker, signing off.